the stream? All right. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us for tonight's post-match press conference, joined by Austin FC head coach Nico Esteves. We'll go ahead and get straight into questions from the media. You all know the drill. Please limit yourself to 2 questions per person on the first go-round. Phil, we can start off with you.
Hey, so just wanted to ask about, again, offense generation. That's been something that's been challenging. Noticed that you had the triple sub fairly early in the match, a little less than an hour in. Just kind of wondering thought process on that and thinking about what might happen in the next games, what you might do going forward.
I mean, it's a game that if you play 10 times, 9 you win. I mean, you have almost a 2 expected goals. The chances that we have is right in front of the goalkeeper, and is what it is. You know, we are unlucky with to score those goals. But in a normal situation, if you play 10 times this game, now you have to win it because you did a lot of things. I think at the end, it was when we less deserved to win the game. At the end, we lost the shape. We lost the plan, you know. And then it's the moment when you lose those momentum, because we were fine with that. We just have to be patient because they have 5. They have the 2 central midfielders. They have everyone is defending there. It's difficult to get by, and it's just if we are disciplined. If we're disciplined in our position, as we were doing in the game, we were just finding moments to create not a goal scoring opportunity, a really good goal scoring opportunity. A scoring opportunity should be most of the times goals, and then suddenly that happened. You know, we're coming from a really difficult game. Look at San Jose, what they did today, right? And the score that they had. It's tough to come back from a 120 minutes, a travel, everything, and. We were there, and suddenly, I know everything that the players do is in order to win, but we need to win as a team. We were disconnected at the end of the game, and it was at the end of the game. I didn't think we deserved to win the game. We were pushing, we were having effort, but not clear ideas. I think until that we had clear ideas on how to score goals today.
And then, obviously, you've got a game coming up Wednesday. Wondering if this might be time to start Robert Taylor. And then with Nicky Boloco, I know that he'll be available for the DC game once the summer window starts. So just curious about how you might integrate those players and what they might do to kickstart the offense a little bit more.
I mean, to start, you have to deserve to start. You know? Then he has to keep working hard in order that he's available as a starting player, as every other that didn't. He's making progress. We ask a lot to our wingers, but he still need a little bit more time. I'm not saying that he's not gonna start on Wednesday. He could start on Wednesday. He's making progress, but we have to analyze a lot of things for the game. How everyone recovers, how everyone is ready to go. I think the good thing today is we use a lot of players, and that rotation will help us to be a stronger team for Wednesday on performance size, on fitness size, and having that stretch is always tricky. But it was the first time that we played 120 minutes, and we needed to do those changes.
Eric?
Nico, could you please compare Uzuni as a striker to what Brandon, what he brings, and how you have to, if at all, switch the offense around to accommodate him at the 9 versus when you have Brandon there?
I think for me it's very clear that Mirto is a player that he finds really good movements behind the opponent backline. Like he's very active. He reads really well when center back leaves the position, and then he runs in behind. If you see all the chances that he had today, it were because he was ahead of the opponent. And he's a fast player. His timing is really good. And this is what we are winning with him, like a little bit more threat running in behind. While Brandon is more a forward that is a target player that comes and hold the ball and plays. But I'm not saying that Mirto cannot do it. is something that we have to introduce more to him. He did a couple times today, but Brandon is more like that type of striker, although that he has good runs in behind, and maybe more presence in the box for his sides. But I would say that's the difference between both.
And then just a lot of his season has been when he's had chances, you know, he can't find a way past the goalkeeper, or it hits off the woodwork. Do you see anything that he can do differently, or is it just a matter of waiting until his luck gets a bit better?
Yeah, I mean, as always, you can improve your shooting. You can improve instead to go to the crossbar today. That it can go. It was a really good shot because those positions are always difficult to get there, and it's a pity. Like he had a really good 2 chances. He worked really hard, and he should be the man of the match today, making us win. And it's a pity that he couldn't convert that. But I feel if he continues to have those chances, he will help the team scoring goals. We as always can work with him on improving that situations, on giving more poise in those situations, get more repetitions. But he created enough chances today to make the difference in the game. I'm really happy. At the end of the day, some games we've seen that he didn't create those chances, and today I think he did a good job on creating those spaces for him.
Eric McCoy?
Yeah, Coach. Your fullbacks seem to have a lot of freedom to get forward tonight. Is that something you're trying to do to maybe kickstart the attack, like push the fullbacks a bit higher up the pitch?
Well, in the first like probably 70 minutes, you could see like they started low, and then as we progress, in the opposite side and the weak side, they were joining. No? And it was the game plan. It was how we create a 2v1 in the other side. And I think we did a really good job on that. And Mikel and Z going forward. Maybe Mikel more like going more in behind than Z, but Z with his crossing could help us. And the issue, maybe around the 75th minute, it was like they were too high too early. And then it was like they were collapsing a little bit with Buka, with Robert, and we lost that advantage because it's a team that if you start with them low, they're 3 at top, start low, and then when you switch field, you can attack the back or that side. And it was a pity that we lost a little bit that the mindset of the plan, but at the end of the day, the fullbacks are really important on this modern football. We're seeing all over the world how they make the difference, and we're trying to find ways how they can help us to score goals.
Right, thank you. And then Rubio played kind of underneath Uzuni in this match. How would you rate kind of the chemistry between those two?
Well, Rubio is a really talented player. He reads really well those spaces. He understood really well the game plan and how to drop in the right moment to get the ball. And then he's a really intuitive player. Like he knows when an opponent is moving where the spaces can be. And then I think he found really well Buka a couple times, even Mirto a couple times. I think he's a player that is easy to build chemistry because he's mature. And we're really happy about his effort and what he's doing. We're working really hard also with him to get him in a really good position that can help the team as he did today.
Jorge?
Profe, otro partido 0-0, ya perdí la cuenta. ¿Cómo se siente usted? 21 partidos y muchos ceros en el marcador de Austin.
Bueno, no sé si son muchos los 0-0, pero yo me
Digo que
siento...
se va el equipo en cero.
Sí. A ver, hay un lado positivo. Yo siempre encuentro el lado positivo y negativo. El positivo es que no concedemos. Tenemos ahora 8 clean sheets, seguramente uno de los mejores de la liga o por ahí. Y en el lado negativo es que eso nos está permitiendo estar luchando por estar no en playoff, sino más arriba. Porque si analizamos los partidos, la cantidad de ocasiones que hemos tenido y como tú dices, no concediendo goles, podríamos estar mucho más arriba de lo que estamos. Y es lo que nos toca vivir ahora. Yo espero que un día explote y que entren todos de golpe y que tengamos un final de júbilo. Y bueno, es una pena, la verdad que es una pena.
¿Le preocupa o hay preocupación nerviosismo, alguna situación que los ponga a todo el grupo nerviosos por estar en una posición entre playoffs y no playoffs en la jornada 21?
No, yo creo que bueno, si analizamos todas las situaciones y toda la temporada, nosotros sabíamos que un equipo que lleva 2 años consecutivos sin hacer playoff, para poder hacer playoff vas a tener que lucharlo hasta el último día, ¿no? Entonces, está en la mentalidad esa. Es verdad que merecemos en muchas ocasiones más y podríamos tener por lo menos, yo digo que como mínimo 4 puntos más de los que tenemos y estaríamos en una situación mucho más ventajosa. Pero es lo que nos toca vivir y es lo que tenemos que aceptar, ¿no? Entonces, yo creo que el equipo nos hace que partidos como el de San José los sepamos sufrir, ¿no? Porque al final son partidos muy difíciles. Analizas todos los partidos de Copa que ha habido y cantidad de ida y vueltas, de caos, de todo, ¿no? Entonces, creo que nos permite el saber sufrir, ¿no? En esos momentos. Y eso, de cara a final de temporada, es muy positivo porque es donde te juegas y todos los equipos están más nerviosos, ¿no?
Is it Diego?
Diego.
Go ahead.
Diego Valencia from the Western TV. Buenas noches, profe. Preguntarle por Diego Rubio. Si bien lo vimos de media punta, lo vimos de doble punta también, pero el plan original, ¿cuál era?
Sí, él cuando estábamos en salida de balón desde portero, desde más abajo, encontrar los espacios en los lados de los mediocentros, tanto Dani como él descender de su posición y encontrar esos espacios, y creo que ha hecho un muy buen trabajo. Y luego cuando el balón estuviera en el otro lado y estuviéramos avanzando en lo que es el ataque, el llegar a área, ¿no? El tener esa llegada a área para poder hacer gol, ¿no? Creo que hizo un trabajo muy bueno hoy.
Para seguir por la misma línea, usted en la semana comentó que CJ Fodry podría ser una opción para cubrir a Brandon. Quería preguntarle también, ¿Diego Rubio sería una opción?
Sí, Diego, CJ, Jader, tenemos muchos jugadores que pueden hacer esa función.
So just go ahead and introduce yourself before your question. Very
I'm
good.
Alistair Manligas from the Daily Texan. I just wanted to ask you, last week the game was canceled, and then today it was a bit of an emotional pregame. There was a moment of silence, and your team took the starting 11 picture with the Brandon Vasquez jersey. What were you trying to tell your team to, embrace the moment of an emotional moment like that, but stay focused for the game?
Well, I think at the end of the day, when these terrible things happen, and there is, people that lose their kids, and it's a tragedy. And what I told them is that we have to look at ourselves, like where we at, how is the world, and how difficult it is. And if we could inspire people, like by fighting and by playing and by giving them a good moment of joy, like we should use that as a moment to honor those people. In the case of Brandon, the same. Brandon is a player that works really hard. He's already working hard to get back, and when you lose the possibility to keep playing because you are injured, it's told them like how fortunate they are right now, and value the things they have around, and the team and the teammates, and also honor Brandon.
And what do you have to say about Brad Stuver's performance? It was obviously lots of saves, but do you think he was maybe too vulnerable with your fullback kind of pushing up too high, especially late in the game?
Yeah, I think this is the issue that we had. We were close to lose the game at the end because we start not following our idea, no? And we knew they're gonna get tired that Hill, Campana, Langoni, or Chankalai, wherever he was playing in that moment, of Diaz, they're gonna hang in there and then use our block shots or moments where we turnovers into transitions. And I think Brad did a good job in those moments.
Moises, we'll wrap up with you.
I think the phrase is hindsight is 20/20 that I wanted to apply to your substitution plan. looking at the substitutions that you made and the way that the game ended up playing out, are there changes that, in retrospect, of course, without a time machine, you couldn't have made? Just in terms of looking at the exhaustion of the players coming after the San Jose match. John Gallagher, toward the end of the match, looked very, very tired, very, very spent. Are there changes you would have made in retrospect, seeing the way that things ended up playing out, or are you still satisfied with the substitutions that you made during the course of the game?
I mean, all the substitutions we made, it was because they were tired. Like Dessler played his first 90 minutes the other day. Then it was clear that no more than 60 minutes had to play. Cascante is the first game that he plays after he got injured. And then the same, no more than 60 minutes. And Ilya, we saw him tired. And then these were the substitutions that we made. Gallagher, we made him play 60 minutes the other day against San Jose in order that he could finish the game today. And obviously, there is one thing that we have to take into account, that is the heat. And it was very humid. Maybe not as hot as other times, but the humidity, it was there. And at the end, the players did a lot of effort. And obviously, he was the entire also Colmanis. This is why we brought Vito. We wanted to bring one forward, but we saw that we were struggling with the plan and with both fullbacks high. And then we gave Viro a good understanding on what was happening, and I think when he came in, it helped to stabilize a little bit more the game.
One of the things that Ilya said a couple of times is that he would like to see the fans involving themselves, feeling that they are a part of the results. After a result like tonight, after various other frustrating results, draws that may have felt like losses and so on, how do you feel that the fans can help motivate the players in the way that we definitely saw them in the El Paso match in Open Cup? How can the fans be more active than they already are?
I mean, I feel like the fans do an amazing job, and it's us. We have to provide the goals to create more excitement, the chances to create more excitement. I think at the end of the game, if the last 10 minutes we create a couple good chances that can bring the fans high, and push our, is the moment. Is us giving some reason to right away. We cannot ask more to our fans. We have to give them more that the thing that we ended up giving tonight.
You have any? All right, we'll come through everybody then. We'll wrap Nico's section there and get you guys in the locker room. Thank you, Nico.
Okay. Good night, guys.